Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setup for today. So we are continuing to just blow through these levels. So every one of these tails is a level, and you can see we're basically hovering on the last one at the moment, which is right here. So I'm not going to go further back than that. So that is the situation, and then the next most logical point is going to be there, which we did tag yesterday, which is right there. That's that tail. And then we have another one a little bit further down over there. So we are waiting the Feds at the moment. There is anticipation of another interest rate hike. So and that would possibly, depending on what happens, it could possibly get this thing moving fairly rapidly to the downside. Now, I'm a bit reluctant to jump in at the moment until the Feds are finished, and you can see we've got a stretch down on structure, buyers start coming in, but oscillators are starting to indicate trend is down, should be going with the trend. So for me at the moment, I think it is a wait and see game still. So we need to wait for the Feds later tonight, and then we can see what is happening before we start looking for structure. So this is a buying zone, but I'm very reluctant to be jumping into this right now until we know what the Feds are doing. So US dollar, Japanese yen, pretty much the same scenario here. You can see we did pull back onto structure, but looking at the oscillators, that could be continuation down. Now, the bearish view here is it's a strong move down, flag, break to, well, sorry, not flag, break, but let me show you what I'm talking about. So this was a flag, so you would have expected it to break the downside. It broke the upside. When it does this, there's only a 25% probability of it continuing to the upside, and there is still a 75% probability that it's going to break the structure to the downside. And you can do that as a structure, or you can do that, which I'd probably just look at it that way. So you can see we're right back at the, what would you call it, the point of the flag. And when you look at it on the hour, you can see strong breakup, retest, and now we're in this area. So this level is very much in play. Break and retest of 147.69 gets us moving to the downside, and that's only going to happen if interest rates hikes are, well, it depends on the conference as well. So if they say this is the last one, or if it's a very small one, or something like that, anything positive about it, you're going to see this thing fall. But anyway, I'm on the sidelines with the dollar at the moment. I'm not going to get involved in this until the Feds are finished. Moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen. We're still consolidating here, and there's also not much on offer here. You can see lots of chaos, big gap up, and then move down yesterday, tail to the upside, tail to the downside, lots of bob wire. It's kind of, it's difficult when the markets do this, and you've got to keep yourself in check so you don't just start jumping in and jumping out and losing money. So for me, positive here is that the trend does look like it could be to the upside, but I think you want to see a base built above 182.025 before confirming that. So it is a bit of a trend line break with a gap up, now we're back below it. So very reluctant to jump in on that kind of price action. We start dropping below the lows of yesterday, which is 181.153, then I think you're going to have shorts in play. But remember, you're going to be aiming for these tails. Don't try and anticipate moving below those tails. And lastly, Euro British Pound. So our setup yesterday did not work out. It just blew in the opposite direction. And for all intents and purposes, we're back in this range. So I'm kind of reluctant to be jumping in there at the moment. So what we were looking for yesterday, and we did get it, there's the pin bar, and there would have been people that had their trade set there. You can see it would have been triggered, and then their stops would have been here, and then you can see exactly what transpired. So this pin bar wouldn't have triggered your stops. This move here would have triggered your stops, and then it just continued. So anyway, that didn't work out, but can't win all of them. So at the moment, could be a reversal. So what you'd be looking for is a rejection of a level higher up, and that level at the moment is going to be there. So if you do get a rejection at 0.85984, then that trend is down, and you'd be looking to continue this move to the downside. That's kind of the only view that I've got there. Don't think I'd be chasing longs at the moment, especially not on the hour. And if you just look at it on the 15-minute as well, you can see hindsight being a perfect science. If we were just watching a 15-minute, it wasn't a downtrend, could have gone with a downtrend. But anyway, not the way I do it. I don't have time to sit and watch it all day, so I prefer to trade off the hour. It just gives me much better setups. So anyway, it is another day of sitting on my hands, and been quite a few of these over the last 2 years, a lot more than in the past, but it keeps you profitable, which is the important thing. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.